is the music that's been played all over the world and received by people all over the world, probably on another planet.
MundoREGGAE Radio. Well, guess who's back? And I got the fresh rap like Dragon Stout. Here to put it all back. Sorry, didn't mean to keep you waiting too long. Well, okay, let me show you why they call me the Don. Right. News Blues sings to keep you amused. Remain enthused.
Buenas, buenas familia, buenas, buenas, bienvenidas, bienvenidos a este Instagram Live este lunes de Shinehead en Mundo Reggae en Radio Show. Shinehead, el original Jamaican in New York, va a estar con nosotros de invitado el día de hoy. Por fin se dio la fecha. Si tú has escuchado el último año el Mundo Reggae, has escuchado este intro con la voz de una capela de Shinehead, a quien yo tengo coleccionando ya algunos años. Desde que inicié a coleccionar lo que me tope de Shinehead, yo lo adquiero, así que estoy 100% en fan en este momento. Emocionada de darle la bienvenida a Shinehead, quien se nos une desde California para platicar de su larga trayectoria. Vaya que hay mucho que platicar. Bienvenida, bienvenido. Ando por acá haciendo soundcheck, disfrutando, emocionada. Acabo de hacer soundcheck con él. Está contento y emocionado también. Tuvo un fin de semana ocupado, igual que sus 40 años de trayectoria. Desde 1900, hace tiempo, ha estado activo, súper activo. Y hoy vamos a platicar con él. No te despegues porque voy a estarte traduciendo sus respuestas en vivo y en... Stay here, we're gonna have a chat with Shinehead and I'll be translating to Spanish to my Mexican people everywhere in the world. I'm right now giving you a warm and exciting welcome. Don Shinehead, welcome to this interview, to this IG Live with the Don, with Pupa Shines.
Gracias. It's a pleasure to be here. I think the closest I'm gonna come to speaking Spanish is a little accent here and there every now and then. It's a pleasure to be on your show. I want to say, how do you say it in Hawaii?
Aloha.
Yeah, aloha to everyone in Hawaii, and hola to everyone in Mexico. Al Mexica, al Rasteca scene. Lovers of life, lovers of music. And I hear, Lulu, I hear you're a shooter. I hear you're a shooter, eh? Yeah, I hear
I'm
you're
just a
shooter.
real reggae lover.
I hear you're a wicked selector. Yep. Folklore
Thank
has
you.
it. Yes. I want to say big up to all the female selectors. DJ Papalot, Scene, DJ Lady B. A young sister came to our studio about 3-4 weeks ago named DJ Mishap. That's a shooter. See, I want to big up Lady Ninja, Lady Lulu, all the shooters, all the female shooters, them. I want to see the females. One day I'm going to keep the clash. Male versus female, and just draft for the shooter them.
You better watch out. I know you have way too much experience than any of the females now around and than me, but women's coming on stronger than ever right now.
A team of females selecting killers and just mash these boys up. Wow, that's a bright night. Anyway,
welcome. Aloha,
yeah,
mahalo nui, muchas gracias por joining us. Shinehead dice que ha escuchado muy buenas referencias de tu servidora Miss Lulu y que un día va a tener un sound clash, una batalla de DJs con todas las mujeres en el área. Nada más le digo que cuidado porque las mujeres venimos fuertísimas. Shinehead, I was just doing a little bit of introduction of you about the last year. Intro of my radio show is being Let 'Em In, a cappella part of one tune that I once buy in my first visit to LA to DJ. And I would like to start this conversation giving you a memory of that day because it was crazy. That day I went to Amiba and I bought my first vinyl of Shinehead because in Mexico it's kind of hard to get this music. And that night after I spin, you came to the show. I was assailed with the Roots Radio crew,
Yeah.
and I was just tripping out like, what? Wait, what? This is Shinehead is here. It's just in the after vibes, and I was just stuck to see you in there. I never make a reaction or nothing to make you sign my vinyl, which I would love to. But
Yeah.
ever since that day, copy that I found from Shinehead collection, copy that I
See.
get, single or album, I get a few records here in my hands that we're gonna be talking about, from rock to your real rock to the Jamaican in New York. Plenty to talk about your repertory. But definitely the Let 'Em In is my favorite, just for the experience that I had that day that I got it. And since that day, I wanted to do the intro with the acapella. Now I have it, and that's how I start my show each and every session with Shineken, telling the people, open the door, let 'em in. And
Yeah.
now I'm so happy to let you in, to all the audience of Mundo Reggae.
Thank you for letting me in. Miss Lulu knocking on the door. Miss Lulu ringing the bell. Miss Lulu knocking on the door. Miss Lulu ringing the bell. Do me a favor. Open the door. Let 'em in. I caught it right on time. Oh yeah.
Thank you for that. Your last tune is Never Had a Dream Come True. This is a dream come true to have you upon the live.
Oh
This
yeah.
is the
Oh yeah.
15-year anniversary season of the Mundo Reggae, and definitely a highlight of this interview season. Le decía a Shinehead que la primera vez que yo me topé en Los Ángeles, un álbum de él fue Let 'Em In, el tune que es el intro de nuestro show desde hace más de un año. Y esa noche él llegó al after después de la sesión. Yo estaba como ahora en super fan, que no me la creía, me quedé por ahí congelada. He tenido la oportunidad de verlo en San Diego con su sound system y matándola por aquí y por allá. Así que estoy muy contenta de darle la bienvenida. Enseñaba yo algunos de sus viniles que tengo por acá y de los que vamos a estar platicando en este momento. Shinehead, let's start with
Yes.
some history. You
Yes.
was born in England, raised in Jamaica and New York. How that happened? How long did you live in England, and how the migration? Because your parents are Jamaicans.
Yes.
What's your roots?
My roots is Jamaican. My mother's from Portland, Jamaica. My father's from St. Thomas, Jamaica. My sister and I, we were taken to Jamaica September 1967, and that's when we met our other families. And in 1971, I met my uncle Winston with the Soul King Disco when I went to the town in Kingston, and that's when I saw every type of R&B, soul album, every type of reggae album, and rock album. So, as a child, as a niño, a little child, it's easy to grasp everything at one time. So I grasped everything at one time as a little boy. So that is why to this day I am able to sing and then switch into rap and then switch into Jamaican patois, because when I was little, everything I was introduced to everything all at once. And when you're little, your brain could learn up and soak things up more. So after living in Jamaica, go to St. Catherine High School, go to St. Anne's Primary School, back and forth from the parish of St. Catherine and the parish of St. Thomas. And then I come to the Bronx in 1972 and I do school. I do 5th grade. And then I go back to Jamaica. And then in 1976, I come back to the Bronx for permanent. And then just in time, when hip hop was just being born and Cool Herc come out with the sound system for the first time, and we didn't know he was Jamaican. We didn't know yet. And I watched it all come together, and then I became a part of it.
A big part of it.
Sí, gracias.
Nacido en Inglaterra, se lo llevaron sus papás a sus raíces. Sus papás son jamaicanos de dos partes distintas de Jamaica, y a él y a su hermana los regresan a Jamaica en septiembre del 72. Un tiempo después, Pues se fue a Nueva York, pero nos cuenta que como todo chamaco, toda criatura, son unas esponjas, los niños son unas esponjas para absorber todo el conocimiento que les damos, todo lo que hay a su alrededor, y eso hizo con la
Oh,
música reggae, con todos los discos de soul, de reggae y toda la cultura musical que veía a su alrededor, la fue adoptando, la fue absorbiendo, y eso le ha facilitado irse entre el patois, el inglés, los estilos de reggae distintos, dancehall y hip hop también, porque cuando se fue a New York era cuando empezaba la escena hip hop, la escena rap, todavía no sabía y nadie
mm,
sabía realmente que Kool Herc era jamaiquino, y le tocó ver el inicio de Kool Herc, de Grandmaster Flash, de un movimiento que ahora es parte de. De hecho, en
yeah.
2020 fue pues reconocido junto a Kool Herc por sus contribuciones a la cultura de hip hop. Did you imagine when you started looking into Kool Herc's work and the B-Boys jams scene in New York that you were gonna be recognized 20 and
No,
30 years after for
no,
your
it was
contributions?
it was a whole new world. It was a whole new world, and they didn't even have the name hip hop yet. It was a whole new world. So we go to see Herc y El Hercolords in Cedar Park. Then we go to see Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five. No, Furious Four. Before they get fifth MC, we go to a place like public school like PS 167, or we go to old like club back in Bronx where I am now, like Sparkle on Jerome and Mount Eden back in the days in August of 1979. I get to see Grandmaster Flash. Then they get Furious Five because Cowboy Fifth MC. Then I get to see Treacherous 3, Cold Crush 4, Busy Bee Starsky, AJ Mario Cisco, and El Harlem World, Harlem Mundo, and Harlem back in 1981, 82. And in 81, 82, I entered competition in Harlem Mundo. And I go 2 times and I do good. So I was really there because those names I mentioned to you, plus many other names, legendary long before me. Legendary long
Foundation.
before me. See, in hip hop world, you have Coke Larak, you have Doc Larak, you got Hercules, you got Treacherous 3, you got Cold Crush 4, you got Furious 5, you have Fantastic Romantic 5, you have Charlie Chase, you have Tony Touch, people like that. You have SOS, you Red Alert, Funk Master, Flex, like this. Legendary long before me in hip hop side. I take time and I sneak up over the years. You know. Also, I am very little in reggae world, so I have to go build there too because already you have icons in front of me. You have the Daddy Uroy, El Brigadier, Brigadier General. You have Charlie Chaplin, Josie Whale. You have
Ranking
um,
Joe.
Ranking Joe,
Uncle Lopez.
yeah, General Echo, Clive D. Field Marshall, Danny Dredd, like this. So Louis Rankin, Bobby Culture, all bigger icon than me. So I am pretty, so I have to come up like this in reggae world, and I have to come up like this over in hip hop world. El duality.
Nos
It
da
was
todos los nombres de la fundación del hip hop, del rap, que todavía no tenían nombre en ese entonces como tal, nombres que ahora conocemos, que vemos en películas, que observamos dentro de la cultura, que todo el mundo los reconoce como leyendas de fundación, y ha sido parte él después de todo este movimiento. También nos menciona a Dario Euro, Charlie Chaplin y un chingo de estrellas de la fundación, incluyendo el tío López, a.k.a. Ranking Joe, que fueron parte de la escuela que él tuvo que tener y que tenía alrededor. How was that? Because to that time you were already about to record your first tune in the 86, but how was
No,
the first time? How
no,
was your first time
88,
on the
88.
microphone?
The first time, the first time was magic porque Tony's crew, downbeat, you know, I go to Jerome Calle y Mountain Calle, restaurante, el nombre Red Snapper, where downbeat is playing, and you have Reverend Badu, Sister Carol, Tayut, Maxine Miller, Chester Miller. Those are downbeat artists. And so I come and I asked to join the very first time in Downbeat. Tony's crew give me the mic in the Red Snapper restaurant. And then from there, I start to go with Downbeat every time until I switch and then I go to African Love. For 8 years, paid dues. But it was so long, but I don't feel no pain. And then even when I get signed, okay, nice, get signed. But young, and I love it so much. So I didn't know anything else except dance after dance after dance after clash after clash after clash after dance after clash. That's all I knew till, okay, time to sign you to a record label. Then things change because it's no dance, it's no clash, it's no war. Now you just have to make the songs. All during that time, it was fun for me, and I'm glad I learned that lesson and paid my dues in boot camp. Porque sound system is the best thing to build any artist, not just reggae artists. Porque if you can train yourself and your brain with your mouth to ride on any rhythm, any beat, sing, rap, DJ on any beat, any rhythm, it don't care if it's yours or it's not yours, you are a champion. So I practice that. Any beat, reggae, hip hop, cumbia, son, salsa, merengue, European, Beethoven, it don't matter to me. I write.
All styles
So I
and
practice that.
formats.
See. And also now to make album is easy. So now it's about good intellectual, conscious, cultural property. I don't make no slackness. I try to write things pertinent to everyday, ordinary people, make sense, be encouraging, boost the morale, and give hope. That's the angle I take.
Nos cuenta esto, Mando. Su primera vez tomando el micrófono fue con Downbeat the Ruler en el restaurante donde Downbeat the Ruler, a.k.a. Tony the Dance, por ahí menciona Sister Carol, menciona Brigadier Jerry, menciona un chingo de artistas que eran los artistas, los DJs, singers, MC, como lo quieras llamar, de Downbeat the Ruler. Después de esa experiencia que fue mágica, formó parte de African Love, un sound y también un level que durante 8 años le dio la escuela, dice, porque para ser un DJ, un singer, un todo, hay que enseñar su system. No nada más para ser un cantante de reggae, nos dice, para hacer lo que sea, la mejor que puedes tomar es tomar un micrófono y empezar a montar los rhythms que tú puedas, cumbia, si es Beethoven, si es dancehall, si es reggae, si es hip hop. Lo que él hace es montarse streams y como sea mantenerlo consciente. Dice, no hago slackness, lo que se conoce como la música que ahora nos quejamos tanto y donde se pierde el mensaje y es la batalla y es la ofensa. Trata de mantenerlo enfocado, consciente y pues de motivar a otra gente a hacerlo, a disfrutar la fiesta. Durante esos años lo único que conocía era fiesta tras fiesta, tras fiesta, tras fiesta, hasta que lo firmaron, el sello que lo firma por primera vez en los 80s, principios de los 90s, fue Elektra, que era un sublevel de un súper conocido sello que es Warner, una división de Warner. Started getting professional, as we will say, to get to the studio, make the tunes, start making the sales, which were plenty because your albums were cut in singles and singles. Ha sido parte de la evolución de la música. Su música está en cassette, está en CD, su música está en vinilo y hay muchísimos cortes en vinilo de sus álbums, no nada más. Sus álbums completos, había sencillos con remixes y remixes para el dance, para etcétera, etcétera. Thank you for the we hear. In Spanish, the question that I was about to tell you, you've been part of the evolution not only of hip-hop, dancehall, reggae movement, but the industry too. Your music is on cassette. How was the process when you started getting pressed by Elektra, actually?
There was a lot of back and forth and how do you call it? Bidding wars with other labels, like trying to outbid each other or give better perks in the negotiations. It was pretty interesting. Pretty interesting to be so in demand for a little moment.
You're still in demand for sound system. The sound system scene, as you say, it was the best tool to build yourself for those times that came after your experience with Downbeat and African Love. Also the level. African Love appears as a sub-level in some of your Elektra albums. How was the process and the combination and the entry on those times?
African Love, Senor Don Claude Evans and Tyrone Wallace are key in me getting signed to Elektra. Every day they go down and they have meeting because Raul Roach saw me and was interested. So Raul Roach, son of Max Roach, Don Max Roach, Raul Roach, his son, he was interested and very key. So between Tyrone Wallace, Don Claude Evans, Don Raul Roach, they get together every day and have meeting, then adjourn, then reconvene, and then signing, and just procedures for big corporation. Now time schedule is regimented and you have to do more than just little dancehall. Now you have to go to regions of the nation and regions of the world, and that was the biggest, the best, and the greatest thing that could happen. So I thank Don Tyrone Wallace, like I thank Don Claude Evans, who I admire. Claude Evans is like my superhero. Seen Raul Roach, Senora Don Elaine Valentine, Senora Nancy Jeffries, Doña Nancy Jeffries, Doña Elaine Valentine.
La doña.
La doña Liz Jacobs y Don Barry Roberts y la doña Silvia Ron y el Don Bob Krasnow. Elektra. Salute. Muchas gracias. I am
Salud.
still here today
Respect you.
yes, yes. I salute them. I am still here today at 60 years old, acting like I'm 30 years old, feeling good. So, with none of those old people ailments that 60-year-olds have, I don't have none of them. So I feel rich, gusto. See, but all those people's name that I
Aging like
called
a
just
good
now.
wine, envejeciendo como
See, yeah. So all those people name I called
todos
just
esos
now,
nombres.
I let them know I don't forget. But yes, I feel good right now. And big up to everybody that's writing on the Instagram right now.
Honor a quien merece. Vigo para todos ustedes que están escribiendo en el merece, nos menciona todos y cada uno de los nombres que formaron parte de esos tracks juntas y juntas para que sus primeros álbumes con Elektra pudieran suceder. Dice, a los 60 años sigo sintiéndome estando activo, está súper activo y súper fuerte, mostrándose en Nueva York, por Los Ángeles, es para el Jambro Cruise cada año también con su sound. Digo, para toda la crew que lo ha impulsado. I always see you're giving thanks to the people that help you, that supports you, and
Yeah.
make you stronger as the day one. I a couple of videos of you on Sunsplash drawing through the crowd to get back to the stage, to get into the crowds. But the interesting and the amazing thing of those videos is not that
Yeah.
those videos exist. The thing is, you never drop the mic on a huge wave of thousands of people
Ah.
just trying to get a piece of SHINEHEAD. The voice still sounding. Some may think it recording thing, but you can see when you just almost drop to get back to the stage. You can hear the crowd and the massive. How did you develop that skill to just keep singing into a wave of people?
I'm a tree climber. I'm a tree climber from when I was little. Practice a little acrobatics. Practice a little acrobatics every now and then. Not too much. And then just get it right. And before my set, that day before my set in Sunsplash, I was already mapping out the venue and walking up and down, just as we say in Jamaica. I was just jukes and watch over here, then I jukes and watch over there. I was all over the venue before my set. Therefore, I am making configuration of how I'm going to get from the mixing board in the middle of the venue and go all the way to the crowd. So I was already doing calculations and stuff. And then I hoped it worked. And it did.
It did so well. Listen, youths, you have something to learn from the Dawn Master here, talking and schooling you. Just watch those videos and learn a little bit to perform. Dice que si viste los videos que posteé, si no los has visto, ve a verlos. Era alrededor del 90-91 cuando hizo su presentación de famosísima en un festival muy conocido de Jamaica, el Sunsplash. Y le pregunto yo, ¿cómo le hiciste? Porque brinca del escenario con el punto suelta el micrófono, nunca deja de cantar, pareciera que está haciendo playback, pero es escuchar a la gente, puedes escuchar miles de gente que querían un pedacito de Shine con todos ellos y sigue cantando con unas habilidades impresionantes y dice que desde que llega al venue, a donde va a ser el evento, ese día en especial, estuvo observando desde donde estaba la mezcladora, gente, y esperando que funcionara de la audiencia mientras hacía su presentación, que se volvió una presentación épica. It was an epic, one of your biggest ones there on stage, Strive, that is also in your first album. Your first album, we can see you are in shape because I can see you riding a bike. Were you a bike rider?
Yes. Yes. I still have that bike right now. I got that bike
What?
in 1980. I still have that. It's a Frijos French frame. It has VIN numbers, and it was made in 1962. And I got it in 1980, and I still have it right now. I used to be a bike messenger in New York City for a little while. And I just love biking and found some bike friends. And yeah, we are cyclists. And that's one of the things that kept me fit then and now. I don't ride as much now, but the miles I put in back then, the investment of actually riding and doing the road work, it pay off now. I am thankful.
Sigue en condición, dice en su primer álbum, lo muestro yo por acá, aparece en una de las fotografías bicicleta que dice que todavía tiene. Fue una bicicleta construida en 1962, él adquirió en 1982, hasta el día de hoy todavía la tiene. Trabajó como mensajero en bicicleta en Nueva York durante algún tiempo y le gustaba mucho montar, siendo tan seguido como le gustaría, pero dice que es trabajo que hasta le ha beneficiado el mantenerse en forma para estar en escenario. You were just at the stage of the hip hop meets dancehall meets hip hop 90s, doing an amazing performance that looks just like yourself in the 90s, and we're talking about 30 years after, so we can see the shape of the stage, and we can see the same big crowd getting amazed by your skills. Albums and experience with Rough and Rag, and that includes Billie Jean. Was Billie actually?
Billie Jean was my first song. Yes, Billie Jean was my first song, and Mama used to say. And then after that, I did the album with African Love, Claude Evans' label, African Love Sound System. And we record Rough and Rugged in Harry J's studio in King, Jamaica.
So after that came Unity, and the thing keep counting till today.
Yeah. Unity, Strive, Sidewalk University. Last album I did was Praises. And now I hope to finish a Treasure Isle album with Peckins, with just solamente Treasure Isle readings. Like, you know,
okay.
the two, like the makings of you. Do, 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 do. That one there, and the other one, the makings of you. And a little sugar, honeysuckle. Those are two Treasure Isle songs for Pekin so far, and we're gonna sing on some more sweet Treasure Isle rhythms. So stay tuned. Treasure Isle album from SHINEHEAD. Signals breaking up. I'm sorry.
Come back with Never Had a Dream Come True and
well, reception's terrible, but how that one came about is I just caught a virus one day of this dating about Frankie Paul's with the Melodians. I'll get along with them, and I'm saying, gee, what would Stevie Wonder, Frankie Paul, and Michael Jackson do with it? And then I started imagining them singing it together, and it was so powerful that I had to leave it alone for a few days because it was just like, I don't know, some kind of energy and power. And I had to leave it alone for a few days and then come back to it. Because the first time I tried to do it, yeah, I can hear you now. The first time I tried to do it, it was mentally, psychologically, spiritually too powerful because I tried it and couldn't finish it. So I left it and then came back and then executed the concept that I had in my head of Stevie Wonder, Michael Jackson, and Frankie Paul.
De la tecnología nos afecta una vez más con estamos disfrutando muchísimo al escuchar su historia y más. Again,
sung
can you
on
hear us
by
on
the
time?
Melodians, and it's called "I'll Get Along Without You Now." So I kind of matched them together and mixed them in my head, and I saw that, oh, yeah, they sync perfectly. Harmonies, bridges, everything. And then bam, I just
Continuamos en vivo, familia, tratando de unir nuevamente a Shinehead para esta parte 2, para continuar y finalizar nuestra conversación que nos ha cortado el Instagram con el delay. Continuamos con su historia y su experiencia como showman, como singer y más. Vamos a tratar de unirlo nuevamente para ver si recuperó su conexión y poder despedir nuevamente del hombre que se ha tomado el tiempo por acá de compartir con nosotros su historia y su experiencia de años y años. Original Shinehead, Pupa Shines.
hi, we're back.
Yes, we're back. Thank you so much for the patience, for coming back.
You're
To
welcome.
Thanks to the universe for recovering both connection.
Sí, sí, gracias, muchas gracias a todo el universe. Ya, ánimo. We ready again.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're ready to keep talking to you. Your
sí.
plans to do this new album with Strictly Treasure Island Rhythm with
Oh yeah.
Pekins. We were
Yeah,
talking
that's a
about the
dream come true.
history. A dream come true for you. Tell me what kind of readings we could expect to come. How long we could expect to be waiting for this new album of Shinehead.
Uh, it's hard to say right now, but it won't take too long. As soon as I reach back to LA, I will resume picking out favorites and just recording one by one because I saw the reaction, especially in Central Park on Saturday night. So you test them out in the field and be like, yeah, I'm gonna do more. Also, there may be some rapping. There may be some record, some song about present social issues, and stuff like that. Not just love songs. There's too many social issues are going on now, and we cannot ignore them. And if I don't sing about those things, it makes no sense to wear this beret.
True.
Yeah.
Le pregunto qué podemos esperar de este nuevo álbum, cuánto cree que nos tome esperar este nuevo álbum de Shinehead con Pekins y dice que ojalá que no mucho, acaba de estrenar prácticamente en escenarios su tune A Dream Come True y este álbum para él sería un sueño hecho realidad, como se traduce el título. En Central Park estuvo presentándose con Slick Rick, Wayne Wonder, Lady G y más artistas de la escena de sus años, de sus nuevos años y dice que en cuanto regrese a Los Ángeles, que es donde reside, va a continuar grabando tune por tune. Vamos a escuchar no nada más canciones de amor, va a cantar a lo mejor un poquito de rap, dice. Yo creo que no sería un álbum completo si no nos incluye un poco de rap. Y pues hay muchos temas sociales que se necesitan tocar, así que no nada más vamos a escuchar de amor. No sería un total warrior portando ese sombrero que trae, sino estaría incluyendo la militancia de sus líricas que siempre hemos escuchado en este nuevo álbum. Militant lyrics, love lyrics, and dance lyrics, rap in all styles. That's what we've been getting, and that's what we expect to keep getting for a long
Okay.
time. You're 60 years old now. You keep stronger than last as of day one,
Gracias,
and
gracias.
you keep doing many things for the culture and representing Jamaican culture, sound system culture. I had the chance to see you a couple years ago, maybe 3 years ago in San Diego, rocking
Ah,
the sound system, the Kingston 12 Hi-Fi. Tell me how
sí,
you get to build this new sound system that is not new but is yours. And after your
sí.
experience with African Love, Downbeat, and all the masters of the sound system, you built your own and you've been rocking it with Papa Lot. Tell
Sí.
me about your sound system.
Before I met Papa Lo, like in 1971, I was inspired by my uncle Winston from Kingston. Like I always say, it sounds like a rhyme, but it's true. And he has Soul King Disco. And when the bass goes in on his sound system, the lights light up. I always wanted to have a sound system like that one day. And that's when I saw every type of record. You have reggae records, you have R&B and soul, every type of record my Uncle Winston have. And then, time goes on and you move on. And I come to US, and then I drop back in sound system world, and then I see the Papa Mopes, the Specialist Roots, African Love, Sufferer's Fate, Naya Tone, Leah Tone, King Custom, Terrorist Superpower, sounds like these. Then I go to Jamaica and I see Black Scorpio, I see Sturgill, I see African Symbol, I see King Jammys, I see Jack Ruby, I see Youth Promotion, I see all these sounds, I see Arrows, I see Jalov, and I see Alawi, Don Alawi, select Jalov. So all these inspirations and lessons and notes and data over 42 years, I put them together. I see Black Star, I put them together. I especially like this sound called Jack Ruby Immortal from Ocho Rios, Jamaica, because it was not always big black boxes. Sometimes look like varnish, look gold, and they sound good too. So it had a rootsy, irie, Rasta swag every time. So I like that. Other sound systems were like that also. Like I hear Ray Symbolic, which turned into Wally Symbolic. Sound systems like these, they were also like that. So in homage and honor of even the same man that built Jack Ruby is also the same man that built the last set of double 18s for Downbeat. So Downbeat
Okay.
so Downbeat and Jack Ruby and Stereo Pride, they all look the same. So I like these. So I keep these memories and then I bring them back out into reality. Me and Butterfly, we build our speaker boxes and to make them come out like that and just have that swag and that spirit and contain that spiritual integrity. Plus, we have the records and the knowledge and the passion to play. These are the things.
Le pregunto de dónde se inspira o cómo le hace para construir lo que es ya su sound system Kingston 12 High Five con Butterfly, a.k.a. DJ Papalot. Dice que desde 1900 hace tiempo de observar a sounds desde Jammy, Jack Ruby y Downbeat, todos los sounds que nos menciona, muchísimos para remencionar, tanto de Estados Unidos como de Jamaica. Todo eso lo fue absorbiendo, inspirado por su tío, que fue el primer sound system que él llegó a ver. Y lo fue absorbiendo, vio uno de sus sounds favoritos que tenía mucho estilo, el estilo rasta, estaba como quien dice pimpeado, como decimos nosotros, y de ahí nace el Kingston 12 de querer seguir con esta cultura. Su sound suena muy bien, no es nada más un sound grande, no es nada más un sound bonito, es un sound que suena bien. Your sound is not only a nice styled sound, it's a big sound, and it's not only a styled and good and big, it also sounds big too. It can rock the world beat, it can work outside,
Give thanks.
inside dance halls.
Can I tell you something, Lulu? Can I tell you
Yes.
something? When I moved to Los Angeles, 6 different people each give me 6 boxes of records on top of what I already have. That includes Father Dealey, Father Barry, Kitty Rankin of Virgo Digital, and some other folks. My little brother is an artist out in Los Angeles. His name is Molly, the Girls Them Party. What's his other name? Molly, the Girls Them Party. Yeah, Molly, the Girls Them Party out in LA. He gave me 6 boxes of records. And the great King Richard and the O'Brien family, who are the original owners of Kingston 12 that started in LA. When King Richard died, his brothers called me and said, Shine, you got a heavy load. I say, what are you talking about? They say Richard said to give you all the records.
Wow.
Porque SHINEHEAD will make the music live on. So with the jewels that now King Richard give to me, Lulu, you cannot play them on any little pinchy speaker. No, you
No,
have to
señor.
build. You have to build the royal tabernacle. Tabernacle. You have to build the royal tabernacle. Whether you're playing Sugar Minot or Tiro Puente or Gregory Isaac or Joe Arroyo. No, no, no. You have to play it on the royal tabernacle. Porque when you are playing in dancehall, any kind of music, you come to give thanks and praise and worship. It's not just the church, it's not just the iglesia. When we come to dancehall, it's really to relieve the stress and give thanks and praise. It's not for nasty X-rated things and all these pornography nonsense and jumping off the roof and hitting your body with a brick. It's not for that. It's for giving thanks and praise, and we give you vibes, love, inspiration, and then you hold that for the week, for the semana, and then you come back next weekend, and then we give you some more. And we all give thanks and praise. That's why me and Butterfly build our sound system. Because Butterfly is a teacher. So I'm gonna be disciplined every day. With a teacher, she don't forget nothing. Everything gotta be neat. And there is like timelines that you gotta follow because she's a history major. So I'm gonna hear a lot of history. So therefore I'm gonna put this into songs, no?
Good.
Right. So we have the academics, we have the technology, technological savvy, especially Papalot. We have the musical knowledge, we have the physical records, and we have the passion, and we are still physically fit. So we do this. We do this like mom and pop.
Like Mama and Papa, like Don and Donette, como Doña y todo un señor, dice,
Sí,
hay que
sí,
representar
sí,
totalmente. No
sí.
solamente se trata de ir a tocar un reading, no importa si es un tune de Gregory Isaacs, no importa si es un tune de Tito Puente, el señor sabe música, ¿eh? Hay que hacerlo sonar y hay que hacerlo sonar proper. Kingston 1255 fue originalmente creado por King Richard y cuando King Richard fallece, además de cajas de discos que había recibido al llegar a Los Ángeles, le hablan y le dicen, oye, Shinehead, tienes un gran peso en la espalda. Él dice, what? Y el hijo de King Richard le dice, Richard dijo que toda su colección y todo el sound debía seguirlo tú porque tú le ibas a dar un uso propio a esta música, entonces no ibas a ir a sonarlo en una pinche cajita de sonido, como dice él, había que sonarlo en todo un tabernáculo del sonido y es por eso que junto con Papalot ha creado un gran equipo. Dice, ella es maestra de historia, tiene la disciplina, tiene el conocimiento en la tecnología para ayudarle a continuar este legado de King Richard y el legado del Sound System y a mantener a Shinehead en all styles and formats compartiendo reggae music. Then I have my partner too. We don't have a sound together, but we have a live together. And I call him Goknon, the Geek of Geeks and the Nerd of Nerds. He's one of the biggest collectors known in the world
Or
as
it's a
Jack.
geek of geeks and nerd of nerds. Boom, boom, boom.
That's the name I give him because if you see all around here, that's his house. And
Yes!
my
Geek
full
of geek
collection.
and nerd of nerd.
Big up to the man called Jack Gombi who just came. He's on the other room on the studio. Listen to you, excited to hear about your story,
Big
and
up
he just bring
Dragon
me this tape.
Machine.
He just bring me this tape to show you.
Okay.
I
Ah! He hit
I
me hard. Aye! Aye! Aye!
he does that to
Jagombi!
me each and every time, man.
Geek of geeks, nerds of nerds. Jagombi sabe exactamente what I'm talking about.
He
Let me see
knows
that again.
each
Let
and
me see
every
that
name.
again. Let me see. I gotta talk to him because he's messing with me right now. He
Jack
knows
Ruby
why
High
he did
Power.
this. He knows why he did that. That's yo,
You better come here, Jack.
Lulu. That's a Jedi mind trick, yo. He know he got me. Tell him come over here, yo. Word. Nah. That's not fair. That's not
Hey,
fair.
Gombi, you better come here, he
That's not
says.
fair.
Right now.
That's not fair, Jagombi.
Now,
Jagosta.
that'll be a real dream come true to hear you guys talking from Gognon to Gognon about all these names that he always mentions to not just to me, to all the people around here. He's one big part of the culture, the reggae culture and song culture here in Honolulu, Hawaii, and the big collection in tapes and records and all kinds of formats of music are always teaching the youth around and building up. I hope, yeah, he listens to me. You better come close here because he knows what you did. You cannot tease him and excited him, so better come close here. Get in this space. I'm gonna give him the seat and I'm gonna let you guys talk because this is what it has to happen right now, okay?
Right, you seen. Janu. What do I do? In here?
Yeah.
Jed.
Shinehead,
Yo.
can you hear me?
Yeah, you can hear me?
Yeah, man, I can hear you. Respect
Yeah, man.
every time.
Ras Aloha. Brethren.
Jaloha.
You got me good. Yeah, Jaloha. Yeah, yo, brethren.
Jaloha.
You got me right here. You
I'm
got
gonna
me
tell you
right
something.
here with the picture. Yeah, talk to me.
All right. Well, a lot of people don't know, that there's a lot of artists that maybe not many people know that try to imitate you. I'm talking like Sleepy Wonder. Who did the singerman style and the DJ style and the rapping style.
Seeing.
Not
Really?
imitate, but just probably got very influenced by you. Like
Yes,
Santa
sir.
Ranking.
Yes, sir.
Because I think you were the first to do all three.
You want to know something?
What's that?
It's a good thing I got a good memory because I'm not the first. It's a bunch of us that blasted at the same time. And before
Okay, give me some names.
Before I die, the world needs to know the correctness of the history and exactly how the timeline was witnessed because I'm a piece of it. See, early 80s when I walked into Harlem World as a nobody with my little routine where you sing first and then you throw in the bars of rap and stuff like that. Well, guess what? I was not the only one that night. And I was not the only one the next night that happened. You understand? So the world needs to know that there was a group from Shaolin Island, Staten Island, New York, who did that same shit.
Really?
King Carl, yes. I saw it. And it was like superhero shit because they were the only one finessing like that. I'm talking about Masters, Gumby.
Who their
Masters,
names?
Gumby.
What's their names?
The Force MCs who changed their name to the Force MDs.
MDs. Okay.
Brother.
They're yardies.
No, me not knowing no brother, but them from Staten Island back in the day, when I came in with mine as a solo, they did the same thing as a group. When I tell you, Killer, Master, Killer, Nice, all of them. And when they switched up and they sang, and then they switched up, and then they barred out, and like, their harmonies is so ill, the falsettos is nuts. I'm talking GQ nuts. I'm talking Raheem nuts. Them
Crazy.
types of falsettos. And then the brothers drop back down into rap mode. Yo, brother. Me tell you, yes. Force MCs, aka
Force MDs
also possess this capability.
Okay.
And
Well, I
then
got some of them records, from back in the B-boy days. I'm gonna listen to it.
Listen to their early joints and you will see what's up.
Okay. But they're not from Yard, right?
No, they from Staten Island, New York.
Okay.
Charlotte now. Before Wu-Tang. Before Wu-Tang.
Okay.
All
yeah,
right.
way before.
All right. All right
No, but
then.
I'm talking about people who are doing the reggae thing.
All right, the reggae thing now in the reggae lane.
Mm-hmm.
What? Wait a minute. Yeah, General Echo would mess around. Brigadier General would mess around and
Okay.
flip a CJ style with the lyrics. Oh yeah, Reverend Danny Dredd. Did I say him already?
Reverend Danny Dread.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
No, you
And then
said
you have
Reverend Badu, but Badu only DJs, right? He
no,
only
Badu
toasts.
only DJs, not Badu. You Brigadier would do that.
Mm-hmm.
Reverend Danny Dredd does that. General Jamaiki from Jack Ruby does that. General
Yeah,
Echo
General
used to do
Jamaiki.
that.
Mm-hmm.
Yellow Man does that.
But it
Welker
didn't
Nairu
sound
does
sweet.
that.
It didn't sound as sweet. Like that's what I'm trying to say. Like
Yeah,
your thing
see,
was sweet.
see, because the trick is, all right, if you're gonna sing, sing like you're a singer, and that's all you do. And when you jump
Mm-hmm.
into DJing and rapping, do that like
Yeah.
that's all you do. So you
Mm-hmm.
distinguish them more and have a clear line of distinction between the two or the three or the how many you're using at the time. See,
And
and don't make it. It cannot come out like you almost got it and then you got it fucked up. Nah, can't come out like that. It got to come
okay,
out
okay.
as it has to come out as neatly as your record collection behind you, right there. Right.
All right,
It
all
has
right,
to
all
be
right.
neat and concise, like your record shelves right there.
So
Yes,
tell
sir.
tell me something. When you first started in New York, Downbeat was the first, right? You're saying you're with that
Before
kind of
downbeat,
give you a
really.
bly,
Well,
Papa Moke.
before downbeat, nah, I wasn't really
Mm-hmm.
a Moke DJ like that. I listened to Moke, but I
Okay.
never DJ Moke. Before even downbeat, we came up on Specialist Roots, South Bronx.
Specialist Roots.
You're right.
Never heard of Specialist
Sanatone,
Roots. I know
Sanatone,
Sanatone.
South Bronx, Star
Okay.
Wars International, South Bronx.
Wow.
See, some little wassy sound in them area where them just wassy and them just sweet and them just nice. See,
Wow.
and then I'm looking around for okay, what's the next level? Who's the biggest and the baddest in the Bronx? And the
Mm-hmm.
word is legend as it is downbeat. So I do my homework first, and then I go looking for downbeat because it's time to step up and step up and step up some more. So I go look for downbeat and then apprentice with downbeat for a few years. Then after that,
Mm-hmm.
African love.
I always thought that you owned African Love for some reason. I'm not sure why.
No,
It's
no,
because
no.
all
African
your
love.
early things came out on there.
African love was owned by my then manager, Mr. Claude Evans and Mikey.
Okay.
Claude and
Okay.
Mikey, them run African love. Back in
And how
them
come you
time
never
there.
do a thing? How come you never did do a thing with Wacky? He's in the Bronx, right? Or you
Yeah, he
wasn't
was in the
feeling his
Bronx.
vibes.
I went to Wacky Studio and I went to the tailor shop right next
He
door because
wasn't.
his
He
son
wasn't
Lennox
top notch though.
used. Yes, he was quite top notch. It's just never happened. I'm not that type to run up and
Mm-hmm.
down at everybody's studio like a singing slave.
Mm-hmm.
That's all it is. Because I
Okay.
heard stories, unfortunately, and the stories ain't good. Everybody running here and there and singing out their belly for and to gain only very little. So that was part of the studies too. We're going to sing very
Okay.
little and make. We're going to sing very little and make very much. Not sing
Okay.
very much and make
Okay.
very
Okay.
little. Because I saw it happen to the elders before me. So you got to tighten up your business
Mm-hmm.
game and do not get caught with any okie doke. So that's why you don't see me on like all over the place with infinite albums like a Gregory or a Sugar or a Frankie Paul or a
Mm-hmm.
Dennis. See, I choose not to do that. It's great that they did it, but me not do that.
Hmm.
Because
Think
anytime a
what do you
producer
think you're
approaches me, it's like, boy,
mm-hmm.
we're not on the money with us a trial thing. That's not why I'm here though. Simple as that. Anyway, next question.
All right. So what do you think your crossover pop tune was? Was it Jamaican in New York?
Yeah, probably Jamaican in
For
New
the
York.
Yankee
I'd say that.
market. All right.
Yeah,
All right. And
yeah.
what do you think
And for the
your biggest for the dance hall?
strive,
For the
brother.
foundation.
Strive, strive, Strive.
Strive. Okay.
Strive. Just
You know,
strive.
rough and
Nothing
rugged
else but
always my
strive.
favorite. You know, rough and rugged always
Nice
run things for
dancing
me
tunes.
every
Yeah, give
time.
thanks. No, enough dancing. Nice dancing
Yeah.
tune. Nice
Golden
sound
Hen
clash
rhythm. You
dub.
know.
Can't lose with Golden Hen rhythm.
Yeah.
Nice dancing tune. Nice sound clash dub. Yeah. Up tempo energy. Yeah. But Strive is Strive is the reggae anthem over there. Jamaican is in New York is the crossover anthem over here.
Strive it. All right.
Whoa.
Okay, my last question now.
Uh-huh.
Do you have any of your Do you have any of them? SCI birthday celebration '84. So let's see. It was you, Santa Rank, Sister Carol, and Sister Nancy at Goldfinger. Downbeat.
I may have those tapes, but let me tell you, I have about 13 to 1400 cassettes that still
Oh my
play.
God.
So that's about 6
Oh my
milk
God.
crates. Yes.
Oh my God.
Yes, I have them. I got Emperor Fate. I got Jack Ruby, Black Star. I have Saxon. I have Coxon. I have Tubbies. I have V Racket. I have Love Injection. I have Kilowatt. I have Emperor Fate. I have Jalov. I have Black Scorpio. Name what I don't have. Yeah. Huh?
You have a freak.
Yes. Me have
Nyatone.
Afrik,
Nyatone.
Stone Love, Nyatone, Silverhawk, Bodyguard.
A freak.
Yeah. I have
Nyatone.
Afrik, Silverhawk, Stone Love, Nyatone, Bodyguard, BS Odyssey, Exodus 4x4, Super D. I have all
Of course you
those
have
tapes.
Jaro.
And I have DJ Carlton. Yes. I have Jaro with Jim Kelly and Ainsley the Selector.
Oh my God.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I have some DJ Carlton. My God. With Charlie Chaplin.
Yes, DJ. Yeah, man. See?
All right. Well, thank you for the history lesson.
Respect. You're welcome, sir. Whoa, yeah, man.
This had to happen. You guys are welcome to tips, man.
Oh yeah. That guy knows his stuff. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So, Miss Lulu, the shooting
I got
selector.
kicked out
What further questions have you?
of my conversation with Shinehead for a bit.
I'm sorry. I just had to talk to him. So I'm ready.
I just have to thank you. More.
Okay. Thank you, Lulu.
Buenas noches.
Okay, bye-bye.
Shinehead de su inspiración para construir y continuar con este legado del Sound System, no solamente como cantante, no descansa y no va a descansar seguramente hasta traernos nueva música. Si ves que está en tu área, if you see that he's around, make sure to link up with the man in the sound and the woman, because they doing the keeping it the works and the sound system area. Big up to yourself that enjoyed this IG live with Shinehead. Digo para todos en Trinidad, en California, en México, por supuesto, toda mi gente en Latinoamérica. Espero que este en vivo te haya ayudado a conocer un poquito más de Shinehead, a apreciar toda su carrera, que es larga la trayectoria, y pues que continúes por acá en los Instagram Lives. No importa las dificultades técnicas, continuamos con el paso firme para compartirle a tus oídos, a tu mente, a tu corazón y a tus ojos lo mejor, lo más fresco del reggae internacional. Nos vemos, nos escuchamos durante esta temporada con más artistas como Yadcore de Jamaica, Sakash de Jamaica, Jessa también de Jamaica. Se viene la entrevista con Kimo Nichols de The Down Patrol Echo Chamber, un programa de radio, colega que por más de 30 años ha estado al aire en FM por acá. Tengo a Cracking Dove también, Nito Dread desde España, y más artistas que se van a estar uniendo a la celebración de los 15 años de tu Mundo Reggae Show. Digo para ti que disfrutas y que vas a seguir disfrutando de la historia de Shinehead. Nos vemos, nos escuchamos, Miss Lulu.